Before we got married, my husband David and I talked about our greatest fears. He, as an only child, was most worried about being a good parent, as he had no confidence that he would know the right things to do. I, coming from a big family of 6 children, quickly dismissed his concerns and thought that we could easily fit in another person or 2 in our family, and that we would have enough good sense to be good parents. We were, of course, both blown away when our sons came into our lives. David's concerns about parenting were still relevant, but they were completely subsumed by an incredible desire to love well, and a sense that love would be our teacher. And before my problem-solving self kicked into action, I felt that our lives could never be the same, as the babies in our arms were the closest experiences of God's presence, and how He had entrusted a part of Himself with us. When the angel Gabriel approached Mary, she was at first greatly troubled and afraid. She did ask, "How can this be?" Gabriel then continued, not with details or a game plan about how Mary's life would unfold, but just stated simply that this is an invitation from God, who had found favor with her. He was enlisting her to bring about His grand plan for salvation. And by the way, for His part, God would send His Spirit to her, His power to protect her, and with Him, nothing is impossible. So to God, and with God, Mary gave the second most celebrated yes in salvation history. We may think that the clarity by which Mary received her invitation is beyond our experience. But is it really? Is God's invitation really that muffled that we cannot hear it? What about His words in scriptures? What about His yes to His Father? What about the miracles and blessings that fill our daily lives? Do we not know the desperate needs of so many people that make us realize that there is more work to do to bring about His kingdom here and now? I think we actually frequently hear the call, but perhaps we are afraid. We think that we may not be able, we may not have enough to share, or we may not be worthy. We hear of the call, and we think of all the things that can go wrong, the difficulties of leaving what we know for what we don't know. We forget that there is no call from God when He is not part of the package. Then we stop to ponder in awe that the call of God is the chance to bring Him into our world. God calls all the time. How about a yes?